talk about the stone crypt weapon. Oh man, GSC. I love the raid. I want to get all the weapons craftable, but it's just like you need 5 patterns. Like that's not different, but they feel so. The red borders from GSC specifically feel so rare. I value target. Hold up. Bug. Where is it? Loot. Alright, now that that was cringe. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth throwing the whole video off, but yeah, DSC. I love the raid, don't get me wrong. This isn't about like, oh, the raid is too easy or like something like that. The raid isn't too easy though. I literally could 4-man it, but I'd rather not have them add a difficulty slider. So maybe have a difficulty slider, but I can do we can run the raid 4-man, but well, not the whole raid, but 2 encounters can be 4-manned. But anyways, aside from that, like, yeah, I don't understand why they made the weapons this time around so hard. They feel so hard to get. Red borders up specifically. Like, it's already hard enough to get them with the damn armor like popping up every other turn, every other time. But it's just like but it's just like you had. Okay, like, Bungie has to think of, like, there's not people that are like me. I don't have a life, and, like, I don't really have a life yet, and it's just, like, I can farm DSC. I don't really have a life, but I'd rather be a YouTuber so I can continue to live in the game. That's just my opinion. There are many other people that can't do that. And it's just, like, the drop rate feels so impossible. Like, yeah, okay, granted, I farmed it for like an hour the other day because I didn't have my controller. But I've seen people go 60 runs with maybe 1 deep sight weapon. 1 deep sight weapon. Like, are you crazy? 1 deep sight weapon. Like, as in a singular one from 60 runs. 60. Yeah, I know the chest at the end is like. I know the chest at the end gives a guaranteed 1 every time on all 3 characters, but it's just like people aren't like that. There's not people out there that can do that all the time. Like, take me for example. I haven't even beat the raid. Like, I've only done 2 encounters of it over and over. I can't beat the raid. That Tanix is a 6-man encounter. I'll tell you from experience. He is a 6-man encounter. You need 6 men to do that encounter or you're gonna fail. But probably not, but it's probably people that have duoed it or soloed it or something. I mean, I'm not that good. Like, I'm nowhere near that good. But it's just like there's people out there that they have to think of that can't always spend their time on Destiny. Like, there's a lot of people that can't spend their time out on Destiny. Like, I can do that because I've been privileged enough. Yeah, I guess it is. I've been privileged enough to be able to like take some time to chill. But like, I know that won't be the case pretty soon. Especially if YouTube just like pops off. If my YouTube pops off next year, like, I won't get that chance to like chill and do whatever I want on Destiny. Because I'll have to like play it for content and just like playing it for fun in general. Which that's gonna be fun. But Destiny isn't the exact same place like Fortnite is. It's not this week because obviously it's doing more. But it's not. It's still in the same place. Like, for me personally, it's in the same place as like something like Fortnite is, where it's just like it's running out of ideas. You're running into the same problem of like not being able to. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about this again. There's a video I already I went into in depth on my feelings about it on the channel. If you want to go to it, you can go to it. If you don't, I don't care. But like, actually, I may even link in the description. But aside from that, like, yeah, there's times where it's just like Destiny feels like the same as other games, and that it's just like It's not gonna be like a content machine. Like, obviously, I've found that out the hard way. I tried to do Witch Queen runs with with valid disciple weapons. I'm still working on the craftable weapons one. Like, I'm holding off on the crafted weapons one for a while. Kind of want to get some crafted weapons first, though. Kind of want to get like hella crafted weapons before that. I'm just gonna disappear. Sounds like it. Yep. Poof. But like, yeah, I want to do so much with Destiny, like, but I can't. Like, okay, the next project I think I'm gonna do is probably soloing the dungeon, which I may or may not stream depending on when I decide to do it. Cause I know probably not gonna do it this week. I might do it this week actually. I might try. I'm gonna do a trial run of it. No! If I don't kill it, I'm gonna do that. But like, yeah, the dungeon, I'm probably gonna try and solo it. Because you'd be a fool not to try and solo a dungeon. I'm gonna try and solo 2 dungeons this season, which is gonna be some content for you guys and some for me, probably. I probably will go back and run. I will probably go back for that run back in Prophecy because I didn't do it last season. That Prophecy run back is probably gonna be pretty soon, actually. It might be before because here's the dungeons I want to run: Spire of the Watcher. I want to do that one solo. I want to do Prophecy, and I want to do Grass solo. So those are gonna be fun dungeons to try and solo. But that's aside from the point. That's aside from the point. DSC is weird. It's so weird that they made it like the way it is, because they made it feel so weird. Like, what I would do if I was running Bungie, personally, I would make the drop rates 50-50, and probably nerf the armor spawn rate. Ow! Okay, that was cringe. I would do, for raids, at least not, well, master ones it doesn't really matter, but like, for raids, I would just decrease after like after like everyone gets the armor. I'd probably decrease the armor. Probably decrease the chance of getting the armor after the first run by like probably 75%. So it's just like it's not like as common as you're pulling candy. So that it gives you a chance to get like more red bordered weapons. That's what and then increase the red border weapons and normal weapon drops to 50-50, so you can have it like a 50-50 shot at getting either a weapon or a deep sight weapon. Cause I've been on the receiving end of just getting shafted by RNG and just getting armor. It is not a fun experience. Let me tell you that it's not a fucking fun experience to just get constant armor. Crafting is supposed to relieve some of the RNG, yes, I agree. And that's wonderful that it's doing that, but it's just like, if you're gonna make them craftable, at least make sure we can actually, they actually exist. Or like, better yet, you could have just let people grind last week. Like, you could have just let people grind for the red borders last season. That would have been much more fun, because I would have already had like at least one red bordered heritage. But it's just like, there is no point to farm it, because it's just like, they won't bring over, which was stupid. I find that stupid. It's just stupid in my opinion. I wish they didn't do that. Because it feels like my time isn't respected. Like yeah, you could go like 10, there needs to be some type of due protection on like armor. So you don't get like, oh, repeat armor like 10 times in a row from farming a raid. Armor, anytime you get an armor piece, the drop rate for that should go lower, in my opinion. I know it's just like, oh, you don't like armor. Yeah, no kidding. Unless it's artifice, I'm not after it. I'm not going after it. I'm not going out of my way to get armor. I'm going out of my way to farm the raid for weapons, not armor, not any of that. Just weapons. I would love to get some weapons. Actually, maybe I might stream one time when I'm farming DSC for a bit, for like maybe an hour. But it's just like, that's not fun. It's genuinely not fun to get just shafted by RNG being like, oh you would like armor? We heard you like armor, so here's armor. It's not fun to just constantly repeat and get armor. It's lame. In fact, it's almost like demotivating to like continue playing the raid. I didn't get a single. I got a singular. Okay, from my experience, like yesterday, I got a single succession, and that was single red border succession, and that was from the first run I did. I never saw another red border from that raid drop in the hour I was farming. That shouldn't happen. That should not happen. Like, I'm not even kidding. That genuinely shouldn't happen. Like, you want players time to feel like they're respected. Like, don't like make them search an hour, 10 hours, 13 hours for just a red border. Yes, I love grinding in the game, but not everyone can do that. I'm fortunate enough to be able to like grind at the level I am, and I know that won't last forever, because I'm probably gonna have to get a job and all that. You know, real life sucks and all that. I don't like talking about real life stuff on the channel, so we're not gonna go any further into that. But like, yeah, there's people out there like that. There's people out there that don't have a whole bunch of time to just like be like, alright, I'm gonna sit down, do like 10 raids, crank out 10 raids, and do 36 hours of like a certain raid. There's no people. The only one I could think that could be able to do that is streamers. And even then, they talk, like, yeah, I don't like yeah, it's probably a controversial thing to talk about Destiny opinions on YouTube, which is why I don't talk about anything to like endgaming, which is why I stopped talking about stuff like Val. But it's just, no, I don't like that. I don't like. At least if you're getting a red border every other run, like that'd be fine. Like it won't take that much, and people may even play the game more. Because I know when I get a new crafted weapon, I'm just like, oh, I want to play with that shit. Get it to like a certain level, and then probably take a break. I know, because that's the kind of person I am personally. I love getting weapons to high levels. You can see my forbearance, pretty much 275. Like you can see that from my forbearance and soon my Insidious and other weapons. Yeah, see. Okay, I just tried this the other day, so don't blame me. Yes, it's gonna be really low level. But it's just like, yeah. No, I don't like that. I just genuinely don't. Like, cause Succession's probably more than likely, unless something changes, Succession is gonna be my first weapon that I get craftable, which is something I wanted to avoid. Because I want Posterity to be the first weapon I craft from DSC, then Heritage, then Succession. I don't have access to the other two weapons because, haha, LeMail, haven't completed the raid and haven't done TNX yet, so don't have requests and don't have commemoration, which is a little
Guardian, I'm seeing a big spike in Vex activity. We should go shut that down.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels weird to hear Ghost talk after so long. Yeah. I wish it was just you had something. Like, yeah, the chest at the end, but like, again, not everyone can get there. Like, oh, you just get an LFG team. Not everyone can or wants to do LFG. LFG is toxic. Most of the times it's toxic. I've had the fortunate time where with the few times one of my friends has used LFG to find guardians for our fire team, that they've been like all nice people. I've been fortunate enough to have that. Not everyone is so fortunate like that. LFG is a mixed bag. You'll get some toxic people, some non-toxic people. You're really just praying to the heavens that you don't get a toxic group. That's what you're doing, basically. You're just praying to the heavens and hoping, please, God, I hope I don't get a toxic group. That's basically what you're doing when you go into LFG. Like, yeah, I know. For example, since Val's the featured raid next week, we'll probably be doing some Val runs. And using LFG, probably, until the last two Guardians pass. I've had experiences where people have just, like, wanted to just get the checkpoint and leave. Like, yeah, that's a very real possibility, because I should know. I have one of my friends do that. And that's why I don't like LFG. That's one of the reasons I don't like LFG, because, like, it's so easy to just yoink a checkpoint and then just be like, oh, well, bye. Because that can happen to anyone. It can literally happen to anyone, and it sucks. And that does happen. And it's just like, you need the checkpoint, and we can't do the full raid, so it's just like... And you might say in the comments, oh, just get, like, LFG. Oh, just get something like an LFG. No. Just get LFG to help you run through the raid. No. Because some people don't even know what they're doing, and you have to have mics and all that. And it's just like, not everyone on my fire team has a mic. Not everyone on my fire team wants to talk all the time. And it's just exhausting. Because it's just like, everyone is like, it's weird. It's a really weird thing. I just wish it was easier. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, and next week in the LFG they'll say in the sorry, oh yeah. Maybe in the TWAB when Bungie comes back, they'll say like, oh, we're gonna increase deep sight drops for DSC. The thing is, I had already thought they increased the drop rates for red borders, and apparently they didn't. So it's just like, oh well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait. Well, and then and then my controller did disappear for 3 days, like a week, so couldn't really do much about that. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. People should be able to jump on the raid and feel like their time was, like, respected. Not disrespected, like, they also feel like it. Like, because I genuinely feel like if I don't get, like, red borders within a couple hours of grinding, it's just like, how does Bungie... Does it even exist? Does Bungie even respect the time I'm sinking into it? Those are genuine thoughts that go through people's heads when you're doing that stuff. Now I can't speak for everyone, but I can damn well speak for myself when I say I don't like it. I genuinely don't like that. That's something I don't like. Grinding, I get it. Sinking 13, maybe 24, maybe 46 hours, 46 or 48 hours into doing something. Yes, I agree. That's just life. But sinking for you not to see a red border in 13 hours is insane. And I saw another tweet where some guy said, "Oh, like." Heritage has like a 2 point something percent. I think it was a 2 or 3%, and Succession has like a slightly higher at like 3% chance. Like, if that's actually true, that's sad. Cause that proves that like they want you to get weapons in a specific order. With Succession obviously being the first one, because I got 2 red border successions, 0 red border heritages, and 0 red bordered posterities. Like, are you kidding me? That just frustrates me so much, because it's just like, I love this game. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, to not see a single red border in 13 hours, just at that point you're just better off doing your weekly just doing the raid once and one and done. At that point you're better off doing that. You may as well not get it until Lightfall. And I probably won't get posterity or any of them until Lightfall unless something changes, because the next time DSC becomes farmable is literally in a month. It's actually probably going to be a month from this video upload. Actually, no, it will be a month. Probably. But that's insane. Like, it comes back in 6 weeks. Which, yeah, granted, that's not as long as you think, but that's a long time. That and it's time gated too, which is a whole different thing. Because it's just like, why not let me like originally I was on the fence about like DSC being once every 6 weeks. I think it's 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know how much raids there are in the game right now, but like, why not? Since that's like a raid that just freshly got red borders. I know this is a crazy thought, and hear me out on this one. Maybe make DSC farmable all season instead of just like limiting it to once a week. That would increase playtime. That would not only increase playtime, but like give players hope of like getting it before Lightfall. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a crafted posterity, a crafted heritage before Lightfall. I know I'll probably have a crafted succession before then, but it's just like, that's not what I want. And yeah, there are multiple arguments to this, and there's multiple solutions to this, probably. But it's just like, I don't think they need to really just take a step back and like look at DSC and look at how much people played it, how much people attempted it last week, and just maybe buff or nerf something in that raid, because it's just like, I'm changed on seeing that tweet, because like 13 hours? 13 hours in a raid. 13 hours farming one encounter that probably takes less than 5-10 minutes for a 2% chance at a red bordered gun that barely drops. And I think it was like something like 60 runs. It took him 60 runs to get like, I think, a crafted succession. Let's just say each run took 5 minutes. You can do the math. 60 times 5. That's a long time to be farming a one encounter. Even if it's optimized, even if you have 6 people, that's still like, it's still gonna take like 5, maybe. Even if you have like 5 people, that's still probably gonna take a little longer, maybe. I just don't like what they did with that. Maybe I'm just the elitist maybe I'm just the elitist cowboy hunter with like, oh, maybe they shouldn't make it free to I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an elitist, but those are my opinions on DSC and the red border stuff. Those are my opinions. Honestly, something needs to change with that raid. Like, I love it, and I love it to death, and I'll farm it even if they don't change anything. But it's just like, that's just crazy to think about. You can go 13 hours without seeing a red border from that raid. Do you know how much 13 hours is? Pretty much a whole entire gaming session for me, because I don't wake up early. I usually don't wake up early, but sometimes I do. Sometimes but 13 hours is pretty much a whole day of gaming for someone. 13 hours is more than someone can spend on it. 13 hours is a little less than someone. Either way, how you spend it, that's not right. There's casual players out here that you have to think of. And yeah, there's the argument of, oh, casual shouldn't even be doing the raid in the first place. And there is some merit to that, but it's just like, that doesn't matter. That argument is invalid here, because it's just like, even hardcore players are struggling to get the weapons crafted from DSC. That's insane. Anyways, those are my thoughts on this whole week, what happened this last week with Deepstone Crypt. Remember to always stay frosty, stay awesome, stay safe. I hope you had happy holidays, and hope you have a really amazing New Year party. Go crazy, go crazy. It's 2023. Hopefully it'll be better for everyone. I will see you guys. Personally, I'll see you all next year for more shenanigans on this channel. Thank you so much for the support this year in this channel. I literally probably would not be here if it were not for all of you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next year. Later.